This is WLOX News Now at 6. Your news starts right now.
Today, a major day for many cities across South Mississippi as voters take to the polls for this primary election, deciding who will lead their cities for the coming years. And ahead of Hurricane Ida, local governments are taking action to make sure residents will be safe when Ida does make landfall. Hancock County issuing a mandatory evacuation for certain low-lying areas just this afternoon. We have just confirmed with Sheriff Troy Peterson that the fatal shooting that occurred here in Biloxi this afternoon involved not only the Biloxi Police Department, but also the Harrison County Sheriff's Department. And again, that shooting was fatal. There is a vast array of law enforcement on this scene. They've been on scene since the shooting occurred, but the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation is the lead investigating agency on this case. In regards to that election fraud the president is speaking of, many of his supporters believe this. We just ran a story about some South Mississippi residents who believe the election was stolen. What do you have to say to your constituents here in the Magnolia State who believe that truly an election fraud took place and this election was stolen from the president?
Continue to participate in the process.
Really was a nice day. It actually felt a little warmer today than it was over the weekend.
It did. Over the weekend, it was pretty chilly, definitely what you'd call fall-like.
Yes, well, we had a little bit more cloud cover too over the weekend.
The Department of Health has released new data breaking down the state's vaccination rates by age and looking at those numbers for 18 years old and up. The age group between 18 and 24 years old is the lowest vaccinated group here in the state of Mississippi. As you saw from our reporters out there, all of that rain creating some dangerous conditions on the roadways and around people's homes, and rescue workers actually saved a Texas family after they were trapped in a house while visiting Riverside in D'Iberville. Coast casinos and our casinos statewide were forced to close at the height of the coronavirus pandemic. But something that was unique to casinos here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast was hurricane season. Hurricane season also put a huge damper on coast casinos as they were forced to close for several days during the fall. You are currently the mayor of Waveland, which 16 years ago was ground zero for Hurricane Katrina. What are you feeling like tonight on the eve of such a historic hurricane to have a storm like this coming through your city?
It was really eerie.
Eric, all of us here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast waiting in anticipation for Hurricane Ida to make landfall. What's the latest on what we can expect here?
Well, we're definitely going to have to keep a very close eye on it.
Right now, several communities still dealing with substantial flooding. Our Chancellor Wynn is live right now in our WLOX storm tracker with a look at what communities are facing. Chancellor, earlier you were following a high water rescue. Is that still the case right now?
Yeah, Allison, if you actually look just to my left on here, one of these rescues has just taken place.
$3 a gallon, that's what it costs to fill up at an average pump here in South Mississippi, and analysts say that price might not be coming down anytime soon. According to data from AAA, it's the highest average price our state has seen in 13 years. Police officers are up there at the top of that bridge conducting an accident reconstruction. They say that accident reconstructions are conducted anytime there is a possible fatality involved in a car accident. Right now, they're just saying a possible fatality as no fatalities have been called yet. It's been a long time coming. I know that we specifically spoke a few months ago about the flag issue, and I know that's something that you've been working on and speaking with constituents about. How did you feel today seeing all of your work and everything finally come to fruition?
Allison, you know, I was actually emotional.
Like saving time ends, which means you need to set those clocks back 1 hour,
right,
so you're not early to everything. I mean, it's much better to be early than late.
I was about to say, it's never a bad thing to be early, but don't forget to do that on Sunday. What time approximately?
2 a.m. Well,
2 a.m. Okay.
Really before you go to bed Saturday night. Most of the time, though, our phones automatically
do it. Oh, the beauty of technology. Thank you.
But the clock in your house will throw you off.
Right, the old-fashioned clocks. Remember to turn those back. And thanks for joining us here tonight. We will see you back at 10 o'clock. Have a great night.